It's the women's individual apparatus finals. We're in the second event, the uneven bars. The vault already has been completed. These are the results thus far. Platterodi from Argentina with a 9.6, Cardoza, Brazil, and Jennifer Wood of Canada. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Bender, along with Kathy Johnson and Bart Connor. Well, I tell you, Bart, the judging's going a lot quicker today than it did yesterday for the men.
And when you look back on the history of the Pan American Games, the judging has been unpredictable at best. But today it's the women's individual event finals, which means the top 8 in each apparatus. It's the best performing at their best. No scores carry over from the preliminaries, so it's a great opportunity for the Americans to win some medals today.
Kathy Johnson, the American women have fared very well thus far. In fact, Ann Wojnarowski, we're looking at right now, she got a silver in the vault. How do you think they'll do the rest of the day?
I think they'll continue to do well. There's 5 Americans competing in today's competition, and the event finals are a lot of fun to watch. The pressure of the team competition and the all-around is behind them, so they can really go all out, and I think we'll see some great gymnastics.
Well, we're going to go to Wojnarowski as she is on the uneven bars. As we mentioned, already has a silver in the vault. Anybody in this competition gets a perfect 10 performance, McDonald's will donate $1,000 to Olympic Training Fund, all a part of McDonald's helping Olympic dreams come true. So Ann is up. She scored a 9.662 in the vault to get the silver. That's Mary Wojnarowski. We talked to her last night. She had a tough time getting here.
It's funny, she said she knew Ann was going to be a great gymnast. When she was 18 months old, she found Ann hanging upside down from the kitchen table and took her right to a gymnastics class.
She said she's been always a show-off, too. So here she's ready to go now.
She has one big skill in this routine. It comes up early on. She first does a full pirouette right here, and then sets up for the skill. It's a reverse heck in the opposite direction. Very nice. Oh, no! I don't believe it. She made the big skill, and just on the easy transition move down to the low bar, her hands ripped off the bar. That's 0.5 of a point deduction right off the bat. Here comes her dismount. It's a pike double. Oh, no, what a shame. She's our junior national champion this year. And so many people are expecting great things from this gymnast. She set up for it just perfectly. Watch the full pirouette on top of the bar. This half pirouette goes right to handstand. Here's her release move. Now, let's see what happens here. Her hands are on the bar, but her arms are bent. So as she reaches the bottom of the swing, it just pulled her hands right off the bar.
Let's see, Kathy, if we can take a look on this dismount. Obviously, she got herself back together and finished well, but as you mentioned, there's a major break early in the routine.
Wojnarowski already has a silver today, not having a good time here in the uneven bars. We'll be back with more competition here from the women's individual apparatus. She is Stephanie Woods, a 16-year-old from Austin, Texas. After leading the American women to the team gold, she captured the all-around competition, her first international victory ever. Stephanie impressed the judges with her long, fluid swings and technical precision. On the beam, she was very calm, smooth, and poised. Her tumbling looked effortless. She reacted to her success this way.
Well, I'm very happy about winning because I've been training real hard over the past weeks for this meet to make my routines as perfect as I could so I could have a good meet. And so I stuck every routine, and so I'm real pleased with that.
Today, Stephanie competes in the vault and beam in the women's individual apparatus finals. Welcome back to the Alejandro Harris Hall and our gymnastics coverage presented by McDonald's. It's the women's individual apparatus finals. We have moved now to the third event, which is the beam. I'm Gary Bender again with Kathy Johnson and Bart Connor. Well, the American women have 2 more medals today.
They have certainly done very well. Ann Wojnarowski got a silver medal on the vault, doing very well. Unfortunately, Stephanie Woods there doesn't have a strong second vault, so she didn't medal. And on the uneven bars, Ann had an unfortunate miss there, but Hillary Anderson was wonderful and won a silver medal.
Bart, let's look now. Thus far, what's happened in the vault. Luisa Barrente with the first of 2 golds today, and then Wojnarowski with the silver, Jennifer Wood of Canada with the bronze. And we moved ahead to the second event, the uneven bars. There's Barrente on top again. Quite a story at 9.775. Hillary Anderson from the United States and Mylène Fleury, they tied for second. We're going to go back to Barrente on uneven bars. She is so large at 5'5.5".
This is a very nice routine. She's the only gymnast in the competition performing 2 release moves. You'll see them here. The first one is called a Jaeger front. Watch the height from the bar right here. Way up in the air. Her second release move is called a Delchev. It's right here, a half twist into a front somersault. Full pirouette, got a little bit off there. But what a great routine.
By the way, Wojnarowski scored a 9.225 on the uneven bars. This is Mylène Fleury. We just talked about the fact she tied for second in the uneven bars. She's from Canada, 16 years old. This is not her favorite event, the uneven bars is. Sister, by the way, just got married and is honeymooning here in Cuba. Can you believe that?
That was a nice surprise because she had hoped to qualify for the World Championship team, and all the plans were made around that. And when she didn't make it and ended up coming here, her sister changed all her plans to surprise her.
She speaks fluent French. In fact, Kathy, when you interviewed her, you had to have an interpreter to get the English through.
Exactly. She actually scored very well on this event during the team competition. She scored a 9.75. She had a little trouble in the all-around, so she can be somewhat inconsistent on this event. First tumbling series. Oh no! How difficult. The first pass out, and it's a fall. 0.5 of a point deduction.
Keep in mind the judges are looking for acro moves. They're looking for dance elements. Combinations of acro and dance elements.
This event really takes nerves of steel and the ability to control the adrenaline. That step out, very nicely done. It's funny, oftentimes you'll see a gymnast, they'll have a fall early on in the routine, then they'll settle down and do the rest of the routine as well as they've ever done. Already been a 9.7 posted by Leonette Gonzalez. She went up first. Tuck double back.
Mylène Fleury from Montreal here in the beam.
Introducing
From the beam, as you're looking now at the action from the beam, we have Leonette Gonzalez leading with a 9.7 thus far. Carvalho of Brazil a 9.175. Mylène Fleury, who fell off, a 9.125. So Gonzalez from Cuba leading. As Porter Carrero of Guatemala moments ago on the beam, we're watching her. This is Luisa Porter Carrero. She trains with the Canadians and lives there.
She is just beautiful on this event. You can see her flexibility, her smooth arm movement. She's doing very well so far. Here's the dismount, 2 back handsprings to a double back. 1 step on the landing, but the rest of the routine is wonderful.
Now we're going to go to one of our favorite people in the competition, 12-year-old Leonette Gonzalez. She has won the hearts of everyone. We're going to go back and watch moments ago on the beam.
Interesting story about this young lady. She'll be too young to compete in the '92 Olympic Games, which means she'll have to wait for a shot in '96. Can you imagine waiting 5 years for a 12-year-old? That must be like eternity.
Thus far, this is the best routine. She got a 9-7.
She opened with a back handspring layout, just a slight balance break there. We were really disappointed when 4 days before the competition, she pulled her groin muscle, and it really affected her competition. She didn't even qualify for the all-around, and in fact, couldn't even perform on the vault. She just went down, touched the horse in order to get a score, and we now know why they did that, so she could compete here in place of her teammate, Indira Hernandez. Beautiful switch lead right into a layout step out. It's a nice combination pass. She's very well developed for a 12-year-old. All her skills are technically sound. She has nice form, good flexibility. This is really the only point in the routine that groin muscle could give her a little trouble. She did it very well.
Very well indeed. She still has the lead, 9-7. Well, we were mentioning all the emotion that's centered around this 12-year-old. She was competing in the floor exercise extremely under a lot of pain. Now watch this.
Well, remember what her injury is. It's a groin muscle pull, which also affects the quadriceps. She was having trouble running, which obviously affected the vault and this event here. And you can really see on her face, this hurts.
Remember back in '72 with Olga Korbut, people loved her for her acrobatic daring, but when they really fell in love with her was when she had problems. And we've seen the same thing happen here to Leonette.
Well, she was an alternate coming in. Indira Hernandez was to compete here in the beam. They scratched her and moved Leonette in, and we're pleased that they did, because it's nice to see her one more time. We're having a conference right now, and that seems to be the word here as far as the judges are concerned. We've had terrible delays, especially yesterday in the men's individual apparatus. In fact, it took us over 4 hours to complete 6 rotations, but today it's been moving pretty smoothly, Bart.
Yeah, and of course the judges get together when the scores are out of range. In this case, the high and the low is thrown out, and the score is in the middle. If the middle scores are out of range and this high end, those scores have to be very close. The judges get together and discuss perhaps some of the technicalities that perhaps were missing.
Well, what's holding everything up is we wanted to see Stephanie Woods of the United States. She's standing by, but she's going to have to wait.
Well, the controversy continues out there at gymnastics, and of course we had much of the same thing.
We have thus far. Gonzalez still has the lead, and add a score to that. Luisa Portocarrero a 9.65. That's what they were waiting on. Here's Stephanie.
This is Stephanie's best shot at a gold medal in the individual events. Look at the strength move there, the plunge. One of her most impressive qualities is her stretch. You can see those long legs and long arms, and she really uses them to her advantage. Here's her most critical pass in the entire routine. 2 back handsprings to a layout step out.
She has really been very calm all week long, and considering this is her second international experience, she has not panicked. She has great poise on the balance beam.
Aerial front walkover. Now watch this, down to the balance beam. One of the requirements on the beam is to work low. I am very impressed with her ability to handle the pressure of international competition. Here's the dismount.
It'll be a double backflip.
Oh, perfect landing. That is crucial for winning a gold medal in this event.
She had a 9.775 in the optionals earlier in the competition. You think she's got that, at least that?
She also scored a 9.775 in the all-around, so she is very consistent on this event.
And congratulations from her coach, Cheryl Jarrett. Coaches her down there with her husband, Jim, in Austin, Texas.
This is a great angle to see this skill. 2 back handsprings in a row. Now watch how straight she is, right over the balance beam. Her hips are square, her shoulders are square. Showing acrobatic elements there. And then an aerial walkover down to a seated position. There you can see the flexibility. She really shows it off.
And her dismount was wonderful. This is a double backflip, tucked. Great reach. And boy, you can't land any better than this. Look at the chalk dust come flying off the mat.
She has led all the way through the compulsories, the optionals, the all-around, and now waiting for a score. And the score coming in a 9-7, so that will tie her with Leonette Gonzalez.
Oh, I am sorry. There's some politics going on here because that was a better routine than Leonette Gonzalez. It was much cleaner, much more polished, had more difficulty within the routine. That should have scored quite a bit higher than Leonette's.
The American women have 5 medals thus far. This is Kristen McDermott next on the beam, 14 years old. You mentioned politics. That's been a big word here as far as the judging is concerned.
Kristen has a very nice tumbling pass in this routine. It's very difficult. It has 4 elements in it, and that's very unusual.
Kristen trains at the Parkettes Gymnastic Program in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Originally from Brooklyn.
Now here comes that pass. It's the first layout step out. Oh, she didn't go for the 4th element in that sequence, which is really just fine. She has plenty of difficulty in this routine without it. It's more important at this point to hit the routine. Round off layout step. Oh, no. That's a difficult pass as well. Kristen is ranked 2nd on the junior national team. And I think we just saw a mistake really from youth and inexperience.
In order to win in the finals, the gymnasts always go for the big difficulty, and she was letting it all out.
And a double back, 1 step on the landing. What a shame she had the fall.
This is her favorite event, the beam, which most women won't admit to in any way, but she loves the beam. But as you mentioned, that inexperience may be showing up here.
Here's the first pass. You can see she's very straight on this.
Why does it appear from this top that the beam's 4 inches wide? It looks like she's about 4 inches wide too.
But she's 69 pounds.
Now here you can see she's just slightly off to the side and can't come up straight into the lunge position.
Kristen McDermott with the fall, so the lead now being shared by Stephanie Woods and Leonette Gonzalez, both of whom posted 9-7 on the beam. McDermott a 9.275, but the story is Stephanie Woods at 9.7, Leonette Gonzalez at 9.7. We have Stephanie Pierce, who just fell off the beam from Canada, and Odaime Jimenez of Cuba still remaining in the beam rotation.
And unfortunately, that fall occurred on her mount. She's got her entire balance beam routine to go with already 0.5 of a point off. She looks a bit shaken at this point, not taking everything to its full extension. Here's a very difficult turn. Double turn sideways to the beam. She usually is quite lovely on this event. She has a nice extension. You can see from her movement, she's a little bit panicked right now, which sometimes happens when they already have a fall. There's a lot of pressure. Here comes the dismount.
Tiffany Pierce. And so we have a tie for first. Let's go back to Havana. Here's Brent Musburger.
All right, Gary, unfortunately.